Hey, this is Gary Dean. I'm here today out on site doing a mobile, well, I'm going to be doing several mobile jobs on this particular situation. Today, I'm going to do full paint correction on this GTO. I'm also going to clean up the engine bay. Get all this nastiness out of there. You can see it's not in bad shape. Cool thing is he drives these cars, so get all the bugs out of the grill and polish up the chrome. Nice convertible. Give the interior a little bit of love. .365 horsepower. It's got some issues here and there, needs some touch-up paint, but about to get started. I brought my pig out here today, full of my gear. You see all those nice cars in the background? Yeah, all of them are getting some Gary Dean loving. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to go ahead and get it prepped for polishing, and then I'll let you see what kind of condition the paint is in with the LED lights. I'm cleaning up this GTO engine, and I want to show you, I just spray a little bit of my infinite purpose cleaner on this thing. It is a microfiber tip. It's a fiberglass reinforced handle with a rubberized grip. I can't fit in there with my hands, but I can definitely get in there and get all that grime off with this brush. It's very flexible, the handle is. So I can get in there and I can scrub with this thing, because I got small fat fingers, but it works. So get all that grime out of there without having to reach in there and touch it. Nasty mess. All right, boys and girls, I'm at the point where it's all prepped and ready to polish. I've gotten some masking tape down so that I can see the difference between before and after I polish. I'll give you a little example of what I'm working with since the sun's out. It's pretty swirled up. A little hazy. So I've got it all washed, clay barred, dried, and then a little gem that I found, which it's been on the market for a long time. It's the Air Force Blaster Sidekick. This is model SK1. It's actually a forced air, filtered warm air blower. It works awesome for blowing out the cracks and crevices to remove any residual water from the wash process prior to polishing. I highly recommend this thing. If you don't own one, you should. This actually, for me, took the place of an air compressor. I no longer need a compressor. It's portable. You can take it with you. I feel like, honestly, I believe that the bigger unit, the 300 and whatever dollar unit, is a waste, because that thing does everything that you need. I do not like their vacuum cleaners. I don't think that Metrovac vacuums I shouldn't say I don't like them. That's not the proper way to talk about it. They're really high quality units, but for a mobile detailer or a higher volume detailer that deals with really nasty cars, I found that the diameter of the hose for them is not large enough to suck up the bigger stuff that I like to go ahead and run over with the vacuum. And I also don't like the capacity and that they take a bag. I like my rigid 5 horsepower vacuum, and as a matter of fact, that particular vacuum is right here. I bring it everywhere I go, and that thing is a beast. It has more power than my 4 horsepower Metrovac. It also has a larger diameter hose, and there's no bags. It's bagless. It has a 4-gallon capacity. So if you're on the go, you can suck up anything and everything with that beast versus the Metro. I'm not saying the Metrovacs are bad quality. They're not. They're awesome quality. They're just not what you would need if you're going to be in a detailing business, in my opinion. It's more for a consumer enthusiast kind of deal. In reality, that rigid works better, and it's way cheaper. It's about 1/3 the price, even with the Pro hose. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So I'm about to polish with the Frankenroops. This is actually, if you subscribe to rawdetailtv.com, which is my site, my how-to detail training site with videos and that kind of stuff to teach you how to, either, go from being an enthusiast to being a professional detailer, or even if you're a pro, it'll show you how to do some things a little bit better to help you grow your business and make it better. But this is basically the Rupees LHR 21 head on the 12mm Duetto body. I also have the Duetto 5-inch backing plate on it. This thing is a beast. It actually gives the 21 head more power or more RPMs or whatever than the 21 body and motor does. So that's why I did this conversion, and you can find that video on rawdetailtv.com. It's a $99 a year subscription fee, and I guarantee you 2 new videos a week at a minimum, plus anything and everything I want to shoot a video of and post it on there. And you get unlimited access to all of the archive videos as well. So that's rawdetailtv.com. Anyway, I am about to get started polishing. I'm going to do a couple test spots and then figure out what I'm going to go with. You can see all the scratches and swirl marks, all the haziness right there. You can see them. All that stuff. So I'm gonna give it a go and see what I gotta do to remove this stuff. You can see with the, I believe those are halogen lights, just how hazy it is. I'm trying to, there you go. I'm hoping that you can see the crazy haze I'm looking at. But anyway, it's funny. The trunk is almost bigger than the front end on this beast. I'm gonna hand polish all the chrome as well, so I'm excited to get started on this thing. So I'll quit talking and get to work. All right, we're at a point where I'm excited that it went from this to this, and that's with my clear coat compound from detailjuice.com and orange microfiber cutting pads from Buff and Shine with the Frankenroops polisher. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to proceed around the car with that, and that's it. I'll do some testing with polishes after I get done compounding. Just keep in mind, if you're doing high-end restoration or paint correction work like this, you need to test several different things. I tested Meguiar's D300, Meguiar's M101, Meguiar's M100, Manzurna Fast Gloss 400, or is it 5? It's 400 in the US. I also have 500, which was the European version that apparently wasn't VOC legal here. Anyway, I tested several different compounds, and I felt like mine actually went the direction that I was trying to go, which was not too much, finishing decent so that I can go back over it with a second step. It's not to say that you'll be able to use one compound, whatever your favorite one is, it won't work all the time. So you just got to keep in mind, do the testing on the hood, section it off with masking tape after you've washed and clay barred it, and make sure that you find what's going to do the best job. And you know, for me, I did a couple of passes with those other products, and then I did another pass with mine, and I felt like on this particular car, my clear coat compound was the best for the job. So I always test several different things before I go to town, because you want to use the least aggressive method first and go from there. But in this case, I knew I was trying to cut, so I went with compounds, and mine actually excelled on this particular paint. So just do your testing before you just jump in and go to town. You don't want to cut too much clear coat off. All you want to do is remove those scratches as best you can without going too deep. So try to see what level of correction you can get with your favorite, and then try a few others around it and compare it to whatever your favorite is on that car. So I'm gonna get back to work. To some, battling the burn means something different, but right now what I'm battling is buffer burn from, you know, some people would say it's probably for someone who is inexperienced or whatever, but realistically, if you polish over thin paint and you just polish a little bit too much, it's going to remove the paint to a point where you can't get any shine out of it, and you can definitely see that there's a problem. As I'm working around this car, I'm being very careful. I've actually compounded the entire front end and half this door and half the trunk lid, but I notice on this corner it's real thin. Same thing around this area, and that's why I taped those areas up and stayed away from them. But what I'm dealing with right now is this body line right here. You can see how it gets black right there. That is super duper thin paint. So I put some tape over it and I stayed away from that area. What I'm going to do is try to lightly hand polish it after I'm all done with the compounding, and stay away from it with the machine altogether. But I just want to make sure that this doesn't stick out like a sore thumb when I get everything else polished. So you can see that body line looks good until the paint gets real thin. So see, it's paint now right here. As you go, see it gets black. That is thin paint. So, and there's a couple other areas on the car that are thin, but for the most part, I'm just staying away from those areas. I did not create those problems, but I do not want to make them worse. The owner of this car does not want to repaint the car, and I don't blame him. I mean, it looks really, really good, and when it's swirl free, it's going to look amazing, especially when I get done with the gloss enhancement portion of the polishing. But you're looking nice. I just really wish I had the touch up for this job, because it just really needs it for, you know, that area especially. But it's got some chips and scratches all over the place. But either way, good, looking fantastic. I'm going to show you, I'm hoping you can see it. If you notice, that light looks yellower than that one. This side has been compounded. I have not polished it yet. You can see all the haze versus the clarity you get over here. I mean, it's still a little bit haze, but that's from the compound, not from scratches. So I'm going to keep on keeping on. All right, I'm finally starting with the polishing. After about 4 hours of compounding, I'm about to start. Well, I've started. I just did one little section on the front of the hood right here. There was a tape line right here. Show you. See the tape line right there? How clear it is here, and how it's not real bad. I used my compound, the clear coat compound from detailjuice.com, to compound this and remove as much of the scratches as I felt safe with because of all the buffer burn and everything. I found a couple other spots. Like that's a burn right there on the corner. There's some nasty spots throughout here on the edges. I didn't have the burn on this body line that I did on the other side, but it was still makes me uncomfortable. So I didn't cut as deep as I could on all areas, just because I'm not trying to have this thing repainted. So, or the panel that I just do that little bit more burn through because I wanted to get absolute correction. I'm just not that into it. I'm just not gonna put myself at that risk. So anyway, so I used my finishing polish from detailjuice.com, and it actually is shining up quite a bit. You can see the line. I don't know if the lighting in here is enough to show you, but I can definitely see a big difference in clarity. This is really clear. That's not quite as clear. All right, it's been a long day. I got a lot of hours tied up in this thing. Just pulled off my cord control clip. It actually holds a polisher cord so that it doesn't fall all in your way. You can find those at detailjuice.com. Also, you can also find the vacuum hose control clip that is clips on your belt, holds your vacuum hose from rubbing on the door jambs. That's never good. So I got this engine bay all detailed out. It looks amazing. I couldn't get those stains off the paint, but I did get a lot of other stains off of it. I hand polished all the chrome on this car, all the trim, with my chrome and metal polish from detailjuice.com. Got these fender wells looking amazing. That firewall looking amazing. I also cleaned the area underneath the hood, except for that. None of those streaks will come off. So, but cool thing is this is a driver. Like I said, I hand polished the bumpers, hand polished the trim rings and the center caps. I used rag top on the convertible top. That's a modern convertible top. Clean the rear plastic window. I cut this whole car with orange buff and shine microfiber pads and clear coat compound from detailjuice.com on the Franken Roops. That's the LHR 21E head and the LHR 12E Duetto body. More power and more ergodynamic. That's what we got. Again, hand polish those tailpipes. That is my brand new Infinite Performance tire and trim gel. Cleaned inside those emblems really well. Q-tips and toothbrush situation. You can see there's no haze or anything, no deep scratches, no light scratches. It looks amazing. The gloss is serious on this thing. It's overcast outside. I can't take it out and give you any sun shots, but you saw it earlier how it looked. You can see no swirls. That's a halogen light. You'd be able to see swirls in that. And then I finished it with orange buff and shine foam pads and my finishing polish from detailjuice.com. Then I applied my infinite paint sealant from detailjuice.com to the entire exterior, including all the chrome and trim. Also, the wheels got the infinite paint sealant. So 1965 GTO, done. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, check out rawdetailtv.com. It is a subscription-based detail training service and so much more. Lots of good information about detailing there. I expose myths. I show you how to do what I do, how I do it, how to save time, whether you're an enthusiast, an amateur detailer, a potential full-time detailer, or a full-time professional detailer that wants to step up their game. I can help you do that. Check me out on rawdetailtv.com. It's $99.99 per year for a subscription fee. It is a guaranteed 2 videos per week, plus unlimited access to all of the archived videos and any bonus videos that I put up. You're gonna wanna check that out. It's awesome. If you haven't heard about it, you're missing something. So check out rawdetailtv.com and check out detailjuice.com for all the products that I use on this particular car and many, many other cars. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.